Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing the Legend of Korra. This is book 4, chapter 1, titled After All These Years. Are we getting into a time jump here, or? Yeah, we're gonna find out pretty soon. But the ending of book 3, that was both very uplifting, but also kind of a sad end with what we talked about and how Korra probably realized that her role as the Avatar is becoming obsolete. And it's something that all the people that she's gone up against throughout the first 3 books, it's something that they've been telling her. And it really seems like now she kind of, I don't want to say embraced it, but maybe just realized that, yeah, it might be heading in that direction. And the Airbenders, led by Jinora, who had her head shaved and she got the tattoos, they are going to be helping out and bringing peace to the world, which was something that, that's the role of the Avatar usually. So that's going to be really interesting to get into this book and see just where we are, if there is a time jump, how Korra is doing, how the world is doing overall. What sort of threats are we going to face in this one? Is it still more Red Lotus or someone new? So many questions, but I think we're just going to dive into it unless you have anything you want to
Absolutely
add.
not.
Fair enough. Then let's do it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for The Legend of Korra, where we are several episodes ahead. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. And here we go. No recap.
Welcome to Republic City, the place of hopes, dreams, and spirit wild. Take a stroll through beautiful Avatar Korra Park, named in honor of you-know-who. We've missed her these past 3 years, and we can't wait to welcome her home.
Past 3 years, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world is entering a new age
Whoa.
of peace and prosperity. Prince Wu will take his rightful place on the Earth Kingdom throne. And thanks to our updated rail system...
A lot has happened.
Hey there, Vasily. Maybe you can give me a personal tour sometime. What do you say?
Oh no.
I do like the idea of putting you on a train and sending you far, far away.
That's funny. I like funny dames.
Funny dames.
I'm Prince Wu, future king.
Yeah.
Can they never get a nice, competent ruler, Ba Sing Se?
So what do you say? Can I show you a low-key night out with a superhuman soon-to-be king?
No.
President Raiko has some really important king stuff to talk to you about.
Now? I'll be back.
Thank you for the save, Marco.
He's a real charmer, huh?
It's gonna be weird having the old Team Avatar back in the city after all these years.
After all
After your
these
coronation,
years.
the United Forces will escort you to Ba Sing Se.
Kuvira has the Earth Kingdom pretty much stabilized at this point.
The chances of you being assassinated are almost zero.
Almost?
Well.
Kuvira? Was that the captain, the guard from Salfu?
Yep.
The one we noticed? Voiced by Robin Williams' daughter, apparently. Oop. Sure, just rob the poor.
Oh.
Damn! Look at those outfits!
Yeah.
I'm like superheroes.
It's safe to come out, everyone. The airbenders are here.
Nice.
Finally made it! And all he sent is you 2 kids?
Seriously?
Hey, us 2 kids just took care of those 3 guys for you.
Wow.
That's the same, right?
That's great!
Of fucking
Julie,
course.
dish out some of that special celebration tea.
I won't celebrate until the Earth Kingdom is 100% reunited.
I guess we won't either.
I will take care of the bandits myself.
Huh. Whoa!
That's so cool.
Okay, she is pretty damn badass. Well done.
Oh, she's so cool.
Also a little bit scary.
Yeah.
We're sorry, we didn't know this was your train, and it's...
Don't talk over me. So if you don't want to join, you could always stay right here. Hopefully, someone saves you before the next train speeds through. But I wouldn't count on it.
We pledge our loyalty to you, Great Uniter.
I don't like this.
She's gonna become a problem,
Yep.
isn't she?
Yep.
If she takes control over Ba Sing Se, she's not gonna give up that power and let the new prince be coronated, I think. Not that I'm really rooting for this guy, but still.
Wrap you in tea leaves, put you in a hot box for 4 hours, and bam, you're done.
Sounds nice though.
Mako, look at all my fans. They must be in town for my coronation.
Sounds like something Varric would like.
That's not how fans sound.
It's very mixed. Huh? At least they only threw pies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kuvira supporters.
That's not blood.
I'm allergic to strawberries.
You're allergic to bee stings.
Oh, right. I always get those two mixed up.
How?
How's Mom doing?
Like you care. She still hasn't forgiven you.
You know, for someone who claims to be so enlightened, Mom can really hold a grudge.
And with Bolin's help and my fiance's ideas, we're laying the groundwork for the people to achieve their own greatness.
Your fiance?
Your brother and I are getting married.
Isn't that great, sweetie?
Yay!
The question's not if they'll take over, it's when. Agree to the terms, and you'll have the full force of my army backing you.
Leave! Get out of my state!
You will perish. Unless you take my generous offer.
Damn, this is sketchy.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. Hey, Opal, please.
Leave if that's what you're going to do. We can save this town ourselves. We have more than enough food to feed the town until we can get some reinforcements.
Thanks.
So wait, that's the baby bison he was, like he befriended at the end of book 3?
It's really tough having a long-distance
Grew up.
Speaking of long-distance relationships, how
Oh,
are
yeah.
you and Janora doing?
Actually, we're doing fine.
Oh fuck.
It's more bandits.
The bandits have airplanes?
Sky bandits.
Why do I get the feeling that Kuvira is kind of orchestrating all of this in a way?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like controlling both sides a little bit?
That could be very plausible.
Mm-hmm. Come on, you can take this guy.
No!
Oh, fuck. Oh man, they lost the supplies.
Here, tell Kaviri to save my people.
For what it's worth, I think you made the right decision.
Did I ever really have a choice?
No.
Not really, it seems.
Because Milo the boy has turned into Milo the man.
Right. You're completely unrecognizable.
You never had the tea leaf wrap?
I can't wait to go back to being a detective.
Yeah, about that.
Oh no.
You're going to Ba Sing Se with the prince.
No!
I tried to get you out of it, but it's over my head.
There's a Southern Water Tribe ship pulling up to the dock.
Korra!
And hey, Janora's hair grew out again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, of course it grew out. She
3
let
years.
it grow out again.
The state of Yai is now under the full protection of my army.
My army.
Proclaim your loyalty.
I pledge my loyalty to you, Great Uniter.
Yeah, I have a really bad feeling about this.
Yep.
Hey.
Tunrock,
Scratch
it's good
my
to have
belly.
you back in the city. And everyone is excited to see the Avatar again.
Isn't Korra already here?
No, we thought she was coming with you.
What?
I assure you, your daughter's not here.
Then where is she?
How would they know?
She just went off on her own.
Here, for your lackluster participation.
Thanks.
You kind of look like that Avatar girl.
I get that a lot.
Whatever happened to her anyway?
I wouldn't know.
Wow. All right, that took a turn. Damn, that was a really interesting, strange episode. Like, so much has happened, and the state of the world right now is just
different.
Yeah, very different. But that was chapter 1. Now we've started book 4, the last book, called Balance, if I'm not mistaken. The world seems kind of out of balance still. Like, what the Red Lotus and Sahir did in book 3, it really had a lasting impact so far. Well, on the Earth Nation, and the way that it kind of descended into chaos and disorder. There are a lot of bandits, and then there's Kuvira and her army trying to unite everyone again. But the way that she's going about it is kind of by force, like threatening them that if you don't join up with me, if you don't bend the knee, so to say, then we're not going to help you at all. We're not going to give you any food, and you're going to be overrun by bandits. So kind of just, threatening them by not being willing to help at all costs, which is something I think they should do. And that's at least what the Airbenders are doing, what the Air Nation, that's their role now, is helping out everyone. And they don't demand anything in return.
No.
But Kuvira does. And that's going to cause some problems. Like, I really think that when she has amassed all of this power and she has united the Earth Kingdom again, she's not going to give that power up. Like, they mentioned a coronation a couple of times.
Yeah, and they even said that, I think it was Opal who said that Kuvira is not going to want to give up her power when the
prince has been coronated.
Yeah, and is going back. They straight out said it. Like, she's not going to give up. She's not going to give over her power and like the hold she has on the Earth Kingdom.
Seems very content in her role right now. And she is pretty cool. She's a badass. What we saw her do there with the bandits that attacked her train. But she's also very much no nonsense. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen with that whole situation.
Yeah, and I think you're right that she actually orders these bandits to go ahead and attack villages or attack...
Yeah, so that they feel more pressured to sign that fucking contract.
Yeah, because they were stopping some bandits, or the bandits stopped the train, and they were like, but you're Kuvira, I'm sorry, we didn't know you were going around like this part of
the Earth Kingdom.
State.
Yeah, we did. They didn't know that it was her.
No,
and they apologized for that. Yeah.
Exactly. So maybe she orders bandits to be bandits, so she can conquer them, or at least
so that she can save people.
Exactly, and then people will gain loyalty because they are being shown just how great and generous that she is, and how she's going to save them, and at some point she has the whole Earth Kingdom in her hands, and then she's going to become a dictator.
It could very likely go in that direction. But yeah, you're right. Like, the way that she seems to be controlling these people, and with fear, controlling both sides, and kind of pressuring these states into accepting the terms. And it even, like, she even just flat out said it to that guy that if you don't agree to this, you will perish. Like, your people will perish. You're going to be overrun by these bandits. You're going to lose everything you have, and that's a guarantee. She was guaranteeing that, and that just tells me that she might be controlling some of these bandits as well. So if she's going to become the villain of this last book, then she already seems like quite the threat. But before we continue on, let's get into a couple of Patreon questions. Did put them out rather late as usual, but there are 2 comments at least. The first one being from Shane Sadler. I have a sneaking suspicion that Kuvira was supposed to play a bigger part in book 3, so that what she's doing after the time skip is more of a shock. I think maybe because there wasn't enough time, her role was reduced to a couple of background appearances and menacingly mentioning her name once. It's a shame if that's true, because she's a perfect foil for Korra, and it would have been so cool if they had been friends/rivals previously. Yeah, she had a very small role in book 3, and that was how we noticed her, and especially in that scene where she gave her name, and it kind of felt like a ominous vibe there for a few seconds. So we knew that she was going to play some sort of role. And yeah, if that is the case, and she's going to be the foil for Korra and everybody else this season, then yeah, it would have been cool that if we had seen more of her and if we've gotten to know her beforehand, and then her turning into this kind of a dictator in the making. That would have been more of a shock. Yeah, I agree with that. But there was so much going on in book 3, so I understand if they decided to like cut some stuff and focus more on the main issue with Zahir and the Red Lotus.
And if she is going to be the big villain of this season, I kind of like that, because throughout Korra, we mainly only had, like, the main antagonist has been Unalak, it has been Zahir, and it has been Aman.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of them.
3 dudes.
Exactly. So actually having this sort of female antagonists at this point, I kind of like that. So it kind of balances out, and it's not like statistically, dudes are often more violent and often more power hungry. But I just like that we also see that women can do that as well, and especially also since it's still a kids show, even though it's probably targeted for a little like older audiences at this point. I still like that they don't get completely all bad dudes are dudes kind of.
Yeah. So not all everyone they go up against is a guy. Is what you're saying? Like, even though of course we had Menghua and Pli from the Red Lotus, but they were not really in charge of it. You're right about that.
We had Azula in the Last Airbender.
Oh yeah, she was there for a while.
Yeah, and it's just that we still have not necessarily a balance, but at least we still have that female edge
representation when it comes to villains. Yeah, we also had the Earth Queen. In the previous season, and she was kind of a villain as well.
I don't know if she was a villain. She was just a really bad person.
Yeah, just a horrible leader.
Very privileged and horrible.
The second question comes from Morgan Friday. What do you think of Korra's new haircut? Well, yeah, she looks different.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it seemed like most people kind of kept their hair almost the same way even after 3 years, and I think it's often I feel like a lot of like series or I don't know, but when they get older, it seems like people have the same haircuts.
Or at least the same look.
Yeah, exactly, the same look, same style, etc. And especially when they're young, it's like, of course I can't speak for others than myself, but I know how many changes I went through when I was a teenager, like in style and
hair
appearance
and all of that, yeah.
in general. So I was just a little bit, I don't know, bored in a way, that it seems like it's such a trope that everyone, when they do a time skip, they look exactly the same, have the same haircut. Like we saw Kai and
Opal.
Opal had basically the same hair, and Jinora kind of had the same hair after she grew it out again. And Tonrak had the exact same hair, stuff like that, but of course he is older, so he might be more prone to keeping his hair a certain style.
Set in his ways.
Yeah. So I was actually kind of surprised, but I also think it has a lot of symbolic value as well.
Yeah. What she's doing right now, and she's off on her own, and she's just trying to disappear a little bit, and it seems like she really has embraced this whole thing where I don't need to be the Avatar anymore. No, like the world doesn't need me, so I'm just gonna become someone completely new. But she's really like struggling, because if there's one thing that Korra has always been good at, it's like the physical stuff, the bending. But she lost there when she was going up against that person in the arena. So she's still trying to get back to some sort of fighting form.
She also seems skinnier, and as he even said, like that was a lackluster performance. And I think that it is a testament to just how much like self-confidence can do to your powers and your perseverance and everything. But going back to the haircut.
Yeah, sorry.
Just like in season 2 of Atla, when Zuko and Iroh cut off their hair, it was like that was like a symbol of banishment. And the way that she cut her hair off, and she doesn't have those
Water Nation braids.
Braids or
Water Tribe, sorry.
Yeah, Water Tribe hair
loopies, I think
thingies, yeah.
They called it before.
It seems like she's kind of not necessarily like banishing herself in a way, but she kind of distanced herself from the culture that she's been raised in, and it's such a testament, such a symbol of her just wanting anonymity. Yeah, she wants to be anonymous. Can say it like that instead. And she's going through some things.
She really is. And as you're saying, not only distancing herself from the role of the Avatar, being the Avatar, but also the Water Tribe, which has also always been a big part of her identity. She's always been wearing the Water Tribe colors and with the hair. So she's really going through some things. But I also think when it comes to just with the hair, and as you said, in other movies and television, when they do kind of like a time jump, I think sometimes it's because then the characters are more recognizable still, and they want to do that. And that's also the reason why in a lot of shows like this, and like the characters will be wearing the same clothes. What the fuck? The characters will be wearing the same clothes all the time as well, and not really changing that up. So I don't know if it's just because they want people to be able to recognize the characters more easily and don't get confused in that way.
But you could do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
You could do like a way that you part your fringe differently, or that you have a little slightly longer hair, or that you have grown out that the sharp cut and suddenly it's a little bit more raggedy. You can still have the same kind of clothing, but just like the same colors and kind of the same style, but just maybe instead of a nice pantsuit, you can have like a dress, or there's teeny tiny tweaks that you can still do. And you definitely can still see that it's them. You can easily recognize Mako and Bolin, and Asami as well.
I totally get it, and it might also just have something to do with the fact that it's animation and it's easier to keep the same character models with looks and colors. And I don't know. I'm just saying that might be the reason why they're not doing that as much. But to me, at least, it's not a big issue per se. I still think we got a lot of changes in this one, and Opal even commented on Bolin's hair. Apparently that's kind of different as well,
because you just she shaped it up in the back, and then it looked like it always did, but it was, but I do agree though that he looked very
formal
and professional, and I liked his hair that way. But yeah,
and there's some issues there as well between Bolin and Opal, basically because they are part of like two different groups that are both supposed to like help people out, but they're doing it in very different ways, and they don't really agree on that. And it definitely seems like Opal has way more opinions about it than Bolin. He's kind of just following along a little bit, not thinking about it too much.
But I can see why, because Kuvira has been in Saufu for a long time, maybe their whole lives. So Opal knows her, and she even she must have decidedly split from Saufu. There was something about her brother joining, and there was like some big fallout.
Yeah, like she said that he betrayed their mom 3 years earlier. So what kind of betrayal? It's like, what's that about? I'm sure they're gonna tell us. But
yeah, possibly Kuvira wanting to start her own thing, and then basically taking people with her,
including the brother,
and the brother, and like of course, Su-Yin is very proud of what she's built. So seeing how her son would leave that, what she's built, her vision will leave that, would feel like a betrayal. Yeah, and well, we know that the like Toph's daughters are very they carry grudges.
They can do that, yeah.
At least we know that Lin can, so it wouldn't be
out of the realm of possibilities that Sue can be like that as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting.
Really interesting. So much going on. Whole new set of issues and kind of a new world here. And I like the time jump as well. I do like it when series and movies they do this once in a while, because that just creates kind of a whole new setting. But unless you have anything you want to add to it.
I don't know. I really don't like the prince. Like he's I've met that dude so many times and I can't stand him.
No, he seems very self-absorbed and just another, like, he's apparently from the same family as the previous like Earth Queen, and then also the previous Earth King that we knew from the last Airbender. So it is very much like a monarchy there, and just the power passing on like down the line. But it doesn't seem like the most capable guy at all. Like they really need a good ruler if that's how things are supposed to go on in the Earth Kingdom, and not someone like that Prince fella or Kuvira. Like it's just, yeah, they've also been through a lot, like the whole Earth Kingdom.
Yeah, but it's our group and the people we know at this point. I feel like they've been split up completely. Like so they have different like there's a lot of splits throughout all of these people we know, I feel like. So it's gonna be very interesting if they're gonna like dive into more of these, like if this split is going to become even wider and deeper, or if it's or maybe they can actually at some point maybe get like connect through the splits. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of The Legend of Korra, Book 4, Chapter 1. After all these years, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.